welcome in to another episode of the football show with no name. We will have Miss Lauren with us, but now it's just Ferg and I. So big Ferg over here, RIP Miami. You'll notice his background. I don't know if you can see the Dolphins logo. Sometimes
we are at the church.
Sometimes you can't. And I'm the champ for now. And so we have a lot to talk about. First, we'll run down some things. First, we're going to talk about fantasy playoffs. We're going to talk about the show league because we have, you guys know we have the show league. Hey, Lauren. Lauren,
people
Who Dat Nation. Lauren, representing Who Dat Nation in Baltimore. So, Lauren, we got a lot to talk about. As you know, we got torn ACLs, we got fantasy playoffs, we got Old Man Rivers, we got all the things, right? So, and I love the jersey. I'm really sad that that New England lost.
Yeah.
It was I was pulling hard for the guys.
I don't really feel like the Bills had to win that game. I feel like when you go into a game like that and your life is on the line, like the Patriots are fine losing that game. I feel like Bills wanted it more, but I don't think that's going to happen again with the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, the Patriots still have the number one seed as of right now. So we'll get into a few of the games here. I
don't think the Patriots are in number one. I think after last night, I think Denver became number one.
Denver took it.
Is Denver 11-3 as well?
Denver's 12-2. They haven't lost since September.
Denver's 12-2. Okay, so let me.
So they're the number 2 seed.
Here. Yeah, they're the number 2 seed. Jacksonville's the number 3 seed at the moment with Buffalo.
That is so strange.
Who has that tiebreaker? But yeah, I mean, we'll talk about Trevor Lawrence and his insane game. We'll talk about Kyle Pitts and his ridiculous record-setting tight end fantasy day. That's actually part of a conversation that we're gonna have about Ferg beating me in 2 separate leagues in the playoffs this week. So, but first, let's talk about some games last week. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about injuries first. That's always a good starter. So we had 2 huge injuries. Now, Patrick Mahomes went down with a torn ACL. Nothing else is damaged. So he's going to be out. And he's going to be out for at least a year, right? At least, right?
A year?
According to the conversation today, when they went inside, he had torn the LCL and the ACL, but the damage was such that the worst case scenario, maybe the first 2 games of next year, but they expect him to be ready for week 1 next year.
Okay, well, this is
call Aaron Rodgers' doctor.
Right?
I mean, even Carson Wentz made it back in less than a year, though, and he went out week 14 that year. He was having an MVP season.
To Patrick Mahomes' credit here, the Achilles for sure with Aaron Rodgers, and he's playing actually pretty well, and we could talk about that too. As much as you probably don't want to, Lauren, we could talk about that. But with the ACL, it should be a little bit easier to come back, as it's been seen and proved throughout the years. But the first time they didn't make the playoffs, so y'all have seen the stat. I'm not going to tell you anything new. This is the first time since 1998 we haven't had Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, or Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
That's crazy.
Okay, it is awesome. A long time that since that has happened. And Patrick Mahomes got hurt at the end of the game. He wasn't going to, get that 3rd down or 4th down or whichever is the one he fucked up his knee. But so it wouldn't have made a difference if they won or not. And if they lost, since they were losing anyway, that they didn't make the playoffs. With them losing and the Bills winning, that made them not make the playoffs, right? So first time it's happened in a long time. And
14.
And then we go over to Green Bay and the unfortunate injury to Micah Parsons and torn ACL with Micah Parsons. I don't know if it's the extent. Have you guys heard the extent?
I don't think he had surgery like
Mahomes did.
Like Mahomes had surgery today, but I don't think.
Of course, Mahomes probably had surgery 5 seconds after he got off. They probably had a stretcher ready.
Yep, and a surgeon in a mobile unit
in the airport. Yep.
Right. So, and Mahomes wanted to get that shit done, so he could get back the day.
Taylor's plane in, got him up on that. They could have done it in Taylor's plane. There you go.
Yeah, and so it was an interesting day for football. So Chiefs lose, don't make the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes goes down. Micah Parsons goes down. Any other injuries we need to talk about? Good.
Not injury, but his contract next year is gonna fuck them.
Well, yeah, that's right. Devontae Adams looked like he died
Devontae
on the field. When he laid down face first and didn't move.
And they play Thursday, so
he had. He's probably done for the fantasy playoffs.
McVay is acting like this man is trying to play Thursday.
Shit,
I wouldn't let him play again. I wouldn't let him play.
You know what? He needs to call Mike Evans and talk to Mike Evans about this. Because Mike Evans has had so many hamstring injuries and he's tried to come back too quickly.
And he's not Mike Evans. Mike Evans comes out there. I mean, when he went on IR, that was just nasty hit. Like,
yeah.
And he still walked off the field. Like, Mike Evans is no joke.
Mike Evans is different, right? All right. Yeah. So a few games that I want to talk about. And you guys, please tell me if there's another game that you guys want to talk about. So, I mean, we can talk about the Falcons and the Bucs on Thursday night. The Buccaneers lost it. There's no other way to say that.
I don't
they
even
allowed
understand
Kirk Cousins.
How that happened.
They allowed Kirk Cousins to be a top 5 quarterback.
How you have Mike Evans, Jalen McMillan, Emeka's turned into trash. Right. Like
Bucky's a back. No, you know what? Emeka caught 4 of his 6 targets, or 4 of his 7 targets.
Right,
so that wasn't Emeka. So the 3 targets that he missed weren't even close to him. Like they weren't even.
His
close.
ass has knocked me out of the playoffs.
It's so ridiculous.
Because I'm going to give Lauren an apology here.
Oh.
I'm starting to believe, after looking at the way Tampa Bay plays and how inconsistent the Panthers are, that maybe the Saints are 7-7 if they started Tyler Shaw. I wouldn't have believed that at the beginning of the year, and then maybe he's only winning because he did sit that long, but they look like a completely different team. There's no way that looks like the team. The team that just beat the Rams. That's
a couple of things. So they're 3-3 since Tyler Shutt took over, right? But second, Ferg, since you brought it up, you make a good point. Like, is he better than he would have been if he started the season? I mean, I'm sure. Like, I'm sure they would be 6-7, right? I'm sure they'd be 6-7. But here's the thing: he doesn't have anybody to learn from. He doesn't have any veteran QBs.
He does. Spencer, that's why so the reason they don't have a veteran QB is because Kellen Moore's a veteran QB, the offensive coordinator's a veteran, and then the quarterback's coach. They all play in the NFL.
It doesn't. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. You need a player. You need a player that needs to be a leader for him, not coaches.
It's like having Michael Jordan as an owner, but he's not.
You know what I'm saying?
Locker room. He's not in the play.
He didn't help Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. I'll tell you that.
To be fair, like at the time, they thought they had a veteran quarterback with dipshit, but he retired.
Right. So they should have went out and signed Jameis Winston and had Jameis there. Like they should have brought Jameis. You know why they didn't do that? They didn't do that because he is so loved in New Orleans that the fans would have not given Tyler a chance. Like, you can't bring Jameis in and try to get a rookie quarterback. He's just like
the only person who would have been upset about that are the fans, because I think
for sure
we've seen Jameis in the last couple of years. Like, Jameis is good with my 4 to 5 game stint every year and just keep bouncing from team to team, getting a check. He understands where he is at this moment. So I think that would have worked out. But the 3
he's probably coming back.
Starter, I don't see
he's probably coming back.
They probably wouldn't have been 6.
Tyler's got commercials now.
Would have put him in chance to win this shit.
All right. Well, since we're talking about Lauren's boys,
just Tyler, I think from watching him and just listening to countless interviews. I don't think Kellen Moore. I think he needed to kind of stretch his legs and figure things out. I don't think it was just Tyler. This is his first time being head coach, and he did a lot of really stupid things.
But he'll be fine.
He just finally called or threw a red, or he's lost all his challenges. There's a couple that he should have he just needed to get more comfortable with calling the game. And now you can now he's starting to make it look more like his Eagles offense.
Yeah. Well,
everybody's hurt.
He just needs some time. It's fine. Y'all won. Y'all beat the Panthers.
You won. You beat the Panthers.
Whatever.
Why did you have Devon Bailey going up? Bailey not getting into the game until 2 weeks ago is a crime, since they gave up some. But that man, Jesus, he can make some catches.
But see, if you look on both sides of that trade, though, Lauren, Rashid Shaheed is getting nothing. in Seattle. Like he had 3 catches in the first 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever. So I was watching
something about him.
You know,
but it said I was watching. He still managed to torture Atlanta even on another team and running that kick.
To torture.
Yeah. That's just what happens. So okay,
I think Shaheed comes to show himself. Just a last note on them. I think that's a playoff pick. I think there's going to come a playoff game where he's going to house
75 yards.
He's going to house one.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
He's,
all right, so
you can't catch him.
We'll run through a couple real quick, and we'll stop on some good ones. So Texans beat the Cardinals 40-20. No surprise there. Let's stop here so soon. What in the fuck happened to the Bengals? Somebody explain this to me, Lauren. Why don't you are the local? You have your ear to the pulse of Baltimore. What was going on?
I can tell you.
Honestly, I paid no attention to that. I was so fixated on
crap.
Other 24. Maybe
nothing?
Joe. All I can think is was he rusty? Does he get the yips? What?
No.
I don't.
I'm going to give you
He's
two
been throwing
things.
for 300 yards.
Let me give you 2 stats. Since Joe and them lost in the Super Bowl, Tua has won more games than Joe Burrow.
Yikes.
Really?
That's stat number 1. Stat number 2, which is not really a stat, but it seems to me Joe wants out. Joe doesn't think between the offensive line and everybody else getting hurt, Joe doesn't think they have a long-term plan. If I'm Joe,
I was talking about that at work today.
Call up Kyle Shanahan. I say give up Purdy and whatever 2-3 little picks you get. You get me for the next 10 years. And
that's a lot of money.
And I think the 49ers are back in business. It's not even really a lot of money considering the price is going up. So you're going to get him on a 2024 deal.
How is Joe Burrow that much different than Brock Purdy, though?
Oh, yeah.
They're both hurt all the time.
Oh, I don't know. I think Joe's hurt all the time because offensive line sucks. I think if Joe gets 1 year behind Trent Williams and you find out what he looks like with 5 seconds to throw,
okay. Let's be real for a second about that question, Lauren. Okay, so I don't know the answer to that, but I will say a couple of things. Number one, Brock Purdy was a 7th round pick. He was Mr. Irrelevant. Joe Burrow was a 1st round pick. There is a reason for that. He is the more dynamic. His ceiling. He's shown it. His ceiling is more, right?
I'm just going to counter.
I think Brock Purdy right now is as good as Brock Purdy will ever be. If Joe Burrow goes out there, Joe Burrow can improve.
I think
I think quarterbacks drafted later aren't the quarterback.
It's all about the situation.
Right.
But I would say that you can place the average quarterback, whatever quarterbacks you think are 18 through 35 in the league. And I think you could take any of those dudes, give them to Kyle Shanahan for a one-off season, and they're going to look as good as Purdy looks or better, depending on how talented they are. Now, if you give Shanahan a top 2 to 3, 4, 5 guy, and McCaffrey is still healthy, Jesus Christ. 49ers could go 16-1. But they got a top 5 guy with everything else that they have, with all the injuries. I think that's a 15-2, 16-1 team.
Here's the problem with that, Ferg, is that Kyle Shanahan makes every quarterback the same.
He does.
No matter what, right? So you wouldn't, Joe Burrow on that offense would not be able to unleash that long ball.
I don't know that. I think what we see with Purdy is when Purdy looks good, when Ayuk and them were good, he was looking good. But if you watch a 49ers game, which I typically do because I know some 49ers fans, a lot of that is 6 to 7 yard dump down. Same shit Bill Walsh and them was doing because they don't have somebody who can look off the damn corner on the side and unleash that bitch 60 yards on the rope. They've never had that with a Shanahan team. I think Shanahan is so good, he can make any quarterback look like Shanahan had Trey Lance starting.
You can say,
good. Yeah, Nick Mullins.
But I think but that would be like it's like Belichick without Brady. You see what he looks like without Brady. Shanahan never looks bad, no matter who they have to put out.
So here's a question: is San Francisco any worse without Brandon Ayuk?
No, they're not worse, but I just think
Are they worse without Debo?
Put Burrow. I think you got a damn. Well, it depends on what camp you're in. If you're in the camp that Darnold and the Seahawks are here for another 3 to 4 years, if you think Stafford has another year or so with the Rams, I don't know what the hell the Cardinals are. They look so good with Jacoby and so shitty with Kyler. I don't know what they are right now. But if you're in that position, you're like, if you're San Fran, you're basically in the same position the Chiefs were in last year. Yeah. Like, do we make some changes or do we run this back until we figure out, damn, we ran it back 1 year too long? We kept the same dudes 1 year too long, and now we're just a team. Yeah, we're going to pick in the top 12 of the draft. We're just some guys.
So speaking of those guys, we'll just glaze over their game. I don't know why they struggled more with Tennessee. Tennessee has been scoring a little bit recently. Tony Pollard's had a couple.
They brought Tony Pollard back to life.
But San Francisco wins at home, 37-24. So that was cool. So let me go up here. So we've already talked about Bills. Well, kind of talk about Bills Patriots. That was a wild ass game. 35-31 was the final score. Patriots were up 21-0 right before halftime, and then Josh Allen did Josh Allen things. They found something at halftime, and they exploited it. So that's pretty much the end of that. The Jags beat the Jets. That wasn't even close. Trevor Lawrence had 6 touchdowns. So he had 5 passing and 1
6
rushing.
and 3. 6 and 300.
Sunshine.
Unbelievable, man. Gosh, that dude. I don't know what happened.
That's what I think. But that's what they think they thought they was getting. Yeah. When he was at Clemson. That guy right there was going to show up every fucking Sunday, and it was going to be lovely in Duval for the next 10 years.
Well, I mean, Travis Etienne played well. So he scored
Etienne's had a pretty good season.
He scored twice.
Had a good season. Lauren Boy had a good game Sunday. Brian Thomas Jr. You got to throw it to him. Can't get no catches if you don't throw it to me.
He can't be my boy if I've traded him or he's gone everywhere.
I told you not to do that. And when you did do it, I told you trade it to me.
That was one game.
But okay, real football.
I would have traded him to
I'm looking at salary caps and draft picks and all that shit. Fantasy football, I looked at 15, 16, 17, and I was like, if Lauren would just give me Brian Thomas Jr. for these 3 weeks, I think he comes back. That's before I knew he would get Jacoby.
It doesn't matter.
I just thought he would have a good 3-week run based on the teams that they're playing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so now a couple more games. Chargers Chiefs. We already talked about that. 16-13 Chargers. Brown. We'll get to the Colts in a second. So Bears Browns 31-3. That was super disappointing. Not to say the Browns should have won, but what's happened to their defense? Like, what happened? Because they went from great to not.
In the words of our commissioner, Mr. Holloway, 1, 2, 3 Cancun. They've gone 1, 2, 3 Cancun already. Miles Garrett has it, but everybody else has.
No, Miles Garrett
playing for the record book, so
he's got 1 second to go.
Play. Yeah, he's going to
Browns
play.
are
The
a fucking mess.
1, 2, 3 Cancun.
Yeah,
the Browns are a fucking mess just across the board.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Let me ask you a Browns question.
Oh, geez.
Whether you like Shador or not, do you think the Cleveland Browns as an organization are sabotaging, or do you think Shador is not good? You won't hurt my feelings.
You know
how I feel about Shador.
I think Shador is actually pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, he had a shitty game. Like, I'm tired of hearing people on everyone talking about how Tyler Shuck is shit and Shador should have been the one drafted. Aside from that, he holds his own, and it just sucks because he's in a system that just sucks.
Yeah. I mean, the Browns
for a while.
There was a thing going online as an argument. Like, I've never personally, 40-something years of watching football, heard of the quarterback being given the wrong armband, and that's why they were called in the wrong place. Now, there's an argument that this probably happens all the time. We just don't hear about it. We only heard about it because it was a Shador. Which, to me, I would think if the wrong equipment manager gave Tom Brady the wrong armband, that dude's getting fired. That dude's looking for a new job on Monday.
People are also
Monday, Sunday.
So
as soon as they figure it out,
it's like
getting the wrong band and then it being his fault because he doesn't know the entire playbook.
I want to say something. I want to say something real quick. So I just looked something up, and this is just going to this is just the end all be all with this conversation. The Browns have had 40 quarterbacks since 2000. 40. Since 2000. Okay. Christ. So it's not a Shador thing. It's a Browns organizational situation.
I wonder if they've had the same GM that whole time.
No, absolutely not. I guarantee.
I wonder how many trades though, and GMs and coaches, because they can't get their. They have been fucked since they let Baker go. Like they were fucked before Baker. Baker brought some life.
Remember they had to let him go and Hugh Jackson go. They've had Garrett all of this time. They had what was the squad the Browns had? The squad before Baker.
The Browns have had 10 different GMs since 1999. So in 25 years, 10 GMs, 40 quarterbacks. So this is an organizational
5 years to get your organization the way you want it. And these dudes are on the job for 18 months.
So, dude,
since 1999?
99 since they came back. So here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. That is not the first armband that has been on the wrong player or the wrong armband on the player. It's not.
That's so terrible.
Because it's 40 quarterbacks, bro. 40. Okay. So I think we can move on from the Browns.
I don't want just see what's the deal with his offensive line. He had a really good game the week before.
They had Joe Thomas. They can always blame it on the offensive line.
I mean, they played the Bears. The Bears are a good defense. The Bears are the number one defense in the league with takeaways.
It's also in Chicago. This time here in Chicago is really hard.
8 degrees. It's fucking 8 degrees outside. All right. So next up, Commanders went in and beat the Giants. Not really sure how that happened. Mariota played well. Terry McLaurin finally showed up and played well. Bill actually showed up and played well. So that was very, very interesting. We talked about Packers Broncos a little bit, just about Micah.
We just talk really quick though. I was thinking about this earlier. I don't understand the Giants. I wish Kamish was here. They had the second round pick this last year.
Yeah.
They had I thought they had a really good draft. They had Cam, Jackson Dart, Abdul, and it's
and then they got what's his nut from.
You have one guy. When you have one unstoppable guy, and then he goes down, everybody else is just a guy.
Yeah, Jackson Dart's good though.
Dart's good, and had Dart got to stick around with Neighbors for a while.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Darius Slayton they have guys that could step up. It I don't think they should be as bad.
They have guys that could step up, Lauren, but with Malik Neighbors and Cam Scott, those guys are hard to replace.
That's like saying the Saints. That's literally the Saints have a worse situation.
Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Do they? I wouldn't. There's no book of mine that I think I would rather have Abdul Carter over Cameron Jordan. I don't. We can argue Brian Burns in the one week out of every.
That's hard though, because Cam's one foot to retirement,
and he's still better than Abdul. I'm just saying. Yeah. The offensive minds in New York are not better than Kellen Moore.
I just don't get. I would think.
Carr's gone. We don't bring in another. And Russell Wilson. I think the New Orleans Saints are actually a better position than the Giants.
Hey, Ferg, you're cutting out a bunch, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just delayed, and you're kind of shaky. Them kids playing games.
Tell them kids to stop watching damn porn.
I do feel bad for the kicker. That guy was a great kicker, and then all of a sudden.
Yeah. So speaking of kickers, you know what? We'll wait for that for when Ferg gets back. So let's.
Did you want to talk about Charlie Smith?
Charlie Smith.
Is that what you said? You said speaking of kickers, the greatest story of the NFL this year is Charlie Smith.
No, we were gonna talk about Brandon Aubrey missing a couple kicks.
Oh.
No, but we'll talk about that one first because I know he hates the Cowboys as much as the next person. All right, so Packers Broncos though. Micah gets hurt. Packers lose, but they go to Denver. Denver's been really, really good, Lauren.
Sean Payton's a good coach.
Yeah.
Ian used to argue that with me all the time. He's a good coach. I don't know. There's nothing you can say about that. The man's a good coach.
No, RJ Harvey gets hurt. Cortland Sutton hasn't had a good game in how long? And then this dude's like 11 for 130 and a touchdown. Like,
I'm really struggling
with the line.
I hate him.
The one time who Cortland Sutton?
I'll send it to you guys on our group text because just in general, I have no idea. I have like too many people that I want to start and I can't figure out, and it's the playoffs. So I'm like, shit. Yeah. I'll send it to you though.
Let's get to the playoffs in a second. Let's talk about Lions Rams in Los Angeles. 41-34 Rams win. Jahmyr Gibbs does absolutely nothing.
I hope he does this week.
But Amon-Ra has a hell of a game.
Yeah. And JMO.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Like golf is always trying to win that, because of the whole trade situation with Stafford.
Yeah, that's why I figured it was going to be a good game. But like,
it's like the seventh time they played.
I didn't think he was going to lose. I thought he would at least. I mean, he didn't lose by much, but I kind of figured that would piss me off too if they traded me like that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he went from LA to Detroit. Who wants to live in Detroit?
Yeah,
nobody. So
they got good pizza, but other than that,
they got good Detroit style pizza that is absolutely and they got good music. So
they do have good music.
We'll live that. So Ferg, we wanted to wait to talk about Vikings Cowboys until you came back.
The
so Vikings go into Dallas, and 9 does his thing, and Brandon Aubrey is not automatic as we thought he may be. And
I didn't watch that game. I didn't realize he missed it.
Cowboys, he missed 2. He missed 2 field goals.
He missed 2.
Cowboys lose by 8, right? So now to say they would have won if he would have kicked those field goals, no. But momentum would have shifted. And Minnesota doesn't know how to. I mean, O'Connell's a great coach. Let's not get into it. Kevin O'Connell's a great coach, but he doesn't have the personnel to really fuck with the Cowboys like that. And yet, you know what I mean?
I think the Cowboys are just their own worst enemy. I think, regardless of how pissy he got on social media, Richard Sherman, I think George Pickens checked out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't done shit in a month. I think the Cowboys defense is better.
He's playing for a contract.
2 months ago when Michael Parsons was there. I think they do have a better defense. I just don't know what it is, but the Cowboys are basically the Panthers. You're getting excited one Sunday because they did this, and then you talk about them all week on the radio and on TV and social media, and then they come out and do what they always do: let you down on Sunday. Now you're going to bad mouth them all week. I don't even know who the Cowboys have this Sunday, but I fully expect them to win. I fully expect them to win because of the bullshit that they pulled on Sunday.
Let's see.
They got Philly.
The Cowboys have the Chargers in Dallas.
I expect the Cowboys to win that game.
But it's 6-1. I don't think
they're bipolar like that.
But they're not in the playoffs anymore, right? They got kicked out of the playoff picture. 6-7.
They're not kicked off, but they're on life support.
Okay. I knew it was close.
80,000 weird things are going to have to happen.
Yeah. I knew.
Is that where the Lions are at now, too, though? Are they on the 80,000?
The Lions are the wild in the hunt.
Yeah, they're fine. They just need to win one more game, I think is what they need. I think is what they said. So, because the standings, let's see.
Well, this week they have Steelers come to Detroit. So, God, I hope everyone has Lions on their team. So, for all playoff fantasy gods, please let them.
Philly and Dallas are still, or Dallas is still mathematically there because Philly is 9-5. Detroit, the only team eliminated in the North is Minnesota. Detroit's 8-6. Green Bay's 9-4.
They are in second place, and they could easily lose a game and not make the playoffs.
Yeah, and how about the NFC?
They're the number 2 team in the goddamn NFC.
The NFC West is fucking everything up for everybody else in the NFC.
Yeah.
You got the Rams up.
You don't win the West, you risk not making it.
And the Niners at 10-4. It's crazy, right?
And 49 and 6.
Well, let's see who everybody has this week in that. Let's see. Rams and Seahawks play each other on Thursday night.
Yeah, right? I'm not excited
that'll
about
take
that.
care of that.
That'll take care of that for sure. And then
which I don't know if
fantasy that
because Seahawks are 11-3, 49ers are 10-4,
and the 49ers
the
play the Colts.
win. then the Seahawks and 49ers are just tied. They just flip spots because the Packers are 9-4-1, so they can't jump either of them. Not this week.
Not this week, but the Packers are without Micah Parsons, so that.
But
really
if you're
sucks.
the 49ers, you don't want to lose.
You know how I feel about the Packers in general. I don't think they're the same. Like, I don't think they're going to make to Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't think
anytime.
So like, not with Jordan Love yet. Not yet. No. He may be there. But so the Niners have the Colts on Monday Night Football in Indy. Okay.
Speaking of somebody that had a good mentor that should play better, it's Jordan Love.
Yeah. All right. So then now, before we get to fantasy, let's talk about
Texans.
Let's talk about the out of shape elephant in the room, and Phillip Rivers doing his thing. So here's the thing: Phillip Rivers did not lose that game for Indianapolis.
He did not suck.
Let's just say that
he did not suck.
No. Like he's got a dad bod now. He
did not suck.
All right, so look, this dude's first NFL touchdown back after a 5-year hiatus is to a Tar Heel. Do you think he's happy about that? Do you think he's sad about that?
Want it. Because
I saw something that said
makes the Hall of Fame this year. If he sits the crib, I'm pretty sure he makes the Hall of Fame this year.
Well, I know you saw this because you watch all the news shit, but you know that like it was 5 days before his NFL benefits expired. This dude has 9 kids in the house. Right? He's got 10 kids total. 10
kids, 7 daughters.
He's got 10 kids. One of them has a kid, so he's a grandparent.
This man has kids from
his oldest kid is older than Ty Warren.
And he has a 2-year-old.
Like, it's just unfucking believable. Yeah. I mean, this dude just don't know how to stop having babies.
She needs 30 for 30.
That's more kids than Ray Lewis.
That is more, dude. That's more kids. He's approaching Sean Kemp status.
That's Nick Cannon territory.
Or Nick Cannon,
He's
in Elon's neighborhood.
Look, I'm just sitting here saying this dude. He went out there. He did his thing. He didn't suck. He didn't look great.
He did not suck,
but he didn't suck. Right, and that's what
he held it for what they're going through. Like he held it together.
Yeah.
They're not out of the playoffs.
18 to 27 for a 125 and a touch.
Yeah, 125 and a touch.
And that's like him shaking the rust off too.
I'm trying to think of everybody you were in high school with, who was the high school coach at your team, and then imagine they were in an NFL game that Sunday after you just watched them coach the high school team Friday.
So here's the thing: he did get sacked twice. He did get sacked twice. So
the fact that he got sacked is amazing.
You're absolutely right, dude. Like
That's amazing.
It's incredible the way that he came out there. Look, and I'm not a Phillip Rivers fan.
Go for it, man.
Because I hated him for a very long time.
Rivers.
I think he's entertaining. He's never been good
for him,
but he's entertaining.
Dude's got his benefits back. Dude's got his benefits for another 5 years. Crazy. So, like, we are all to the good on the Rivers family. He needed that health insurance.
I didn't know NFL benefits expired.
After 5 years, apparently.
I thought you just got them forever.
That man's in there. People are saying, "How much do you weigh now?" He's like, "I don't know how much I weigh."
260. Like you know who he looked like out there. Y'all gonna have to help me with the first name, but I'm pretty sure his last name was Lorenz. Or Lorenzen? Yeah, the quarterback for Kentucky. Yeah. That's who he looked like. He looked
like Cadillac from N1.
He looked like
NFL quarterback.
He looked like Draymond Green at Michigan State, right? Like this dude was just like
that big as shit. Bigger than fucking.
I can't. It's definitely a story.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I don't have an athlete's body, but I also don't play in the NFL. So
this is a playoff team. Well,
right,
they're on the bubble now.
They're on the bubble
because of that loss.
All right. So let's get to the fantasy stuff, and then we'll close it out with Thursday Night Football. So the first thing I want to say is I do celebrate my successes because I do think it's important. It's not cocky, it's confident, but I also recognize when I lose, and I talk about it, and I give flowers where flowers are deserved. I am in 6 leagues. I am in the playoffs in all 6 leagues, and Ferg just happened to beat me in a third of those this week. So the first one was the show league, which he took care of me handily, and the second one was the league that I won easily by like 4 games and like 300 points or whatever. Like I won easily. And then Kyle Pitts and Travis Etienne happened. It wasn't just, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just that, Ferg. It was, let's go to week 15 so we can look at Ferg. So Ferg had Dak Prescott, Dwight Smith, Wan'Dale Robinson, Kenneth Walker III. So that right there, I was super happy with. And then you got Travis Etienne, Kyle Pitts, Jason Myers, the kicker for Jacksonville, and Travis Kelce was on the bench. So that was good. So because he had the number 1 running back and the number 1 tight end who put up an historic tight end performance in fantasy football, he scored 80-some points between those 2 guys. And so I had Jahmyr Gibbs, who did nothing, Drake May, who had a decent game, JSN, who did his things. But Pickens, Gibbs, Bucky Irving, Brock Bowers, Jalen Waddle all had single-digit points. Right? And so I can't really do anything about it. And I had Emeka Egbuka on the bench with 10 points and Jalen Warren. So, like, my whole team didn't produce, right? But I had the best team in the league by far. But now Ferg, he snuck into the playoffs. Didn't even know he had put that team in in the ether where he wasn't fucking with it no more, right? So, like, it was upsetting, but I will say this: I did have a bye in this lovely league right here in Hoofnagel, the one that we've been in for 24 years, and I do play this week. And I was talking to Ferg about this before you got on, Lauren. I did something smart, which we can talk about if you guys have done something similar, but it's super important, especially for playoffs. If you know you're going to be in and you have a bye, or you can look ahead and you have a space on the bench, or you have a player you can afford to drop. I went 2 weeks ago and looked at matchups because my weak point is my tight end. I went between Cade Otton and I don't know who I'm playing now, but went between Cade Otton and now it is I dropped the other one. So I picked up Darren Waller, right? And so I picked up Darren Waller because this week they play Cincinnati. Darren Waller had 2 touchdowns last week. Cincinnati is historically the worst team in the NFL, in NFL history, against the tight end position. So it is set up for Darren Waller to not do shit for me, is what I'm saying. So, because he had 2 touchdowns this week. But I did what I was supposed to do fantasy-wise, and I looked ahead, and I had positions that I could fill and spots I could use to be able to set myself up for success in weak spots.
Let's talk about Lauren's league.
Okay.
Lauren's work league. Shall I let you tell the story or should I tell the story?
Yeah, I don't even understand, like, actually what's going on. Because it looked like everybody was like, you go ahead.
So like, I'm getting dog walked yesterday. The other dude has already said congratulations. Good game. He's moving on. All of a sudden, the Dolphins decide after not doing shit for 37 minutes, they want to get in a hurry up. And I have Achane. Achane catches that last first down pass. And after being down like 20 plus points, I'm up like a point with how many minutes to go in that Miami game. Yet when the game ended and Sleeper closed the score, it said that the other dude was up by like 0.8 of a point. Everybody saw that I took the lead. There's no question about whether.
Well, everybody in the chat said that
and
too.
Lauren seems to think that Sleeper is going to make some random correction at 1 a.m. tonight. So that's kind of where we are with this, because it clearly said I was winning that game, and that says I'm losing.
Yeah, but like people are literally like this. We all saw that catch put you over the top. Now we wait for stat correct. Like nobody's saying. And when I was looking at it, because it hasn't. Have you noticed it hasn't refreshed yet for next week? Like it doesn't say who I'm playing. I can't even look at the matchup yet.
Well, so that's why Sleeper doesn't update till Thursday or Wednesday.
So Wednesday 1 a.m. It says like it's supposed to have adjustments 1 a.m. Wednesday morning. So, but like the commish said that too. Trust me.
The question really is, because I don't work with Lauren now, and I don't know any of these people.
They wanted you to
How
win that
big
game.
of a mistake am I supposed to make on Saturday when it still says I'm out the playoffs.
Big one. A pretty big stink.
But I don't understand. Like, it's a sleeper thing because I don't understand how it like changed the scoring.
It's crazy.
I don't know.
Because that's not anybody else. That's literally sleeper.
Well, so then here, this brings me to something that I heard today. So the running back from Houston, Marks, right? Did y'all hear about this? Did y'all hear about what happened?
Out for the season?
No. So here's what happened. So they were lined up, and CJ Stroud was in excuse me, like a short shotgun, right? And so like kind of like a pistol, and Marks was behind him, and the ball went through CJ Stroud's legs. He didn't touch it, right? They were close to the goal line. Marks picked it up and ran it in for a touchdown. And everybody except for Sleeper, is counting that as a fumble recovery touchdown, and they're not giving them the rushing touchdown points.
That's what.
So he's not getting the 6?
Nope. Nope. And the ball didn't touch C.J. Stroud. The ball went straight through his legs and didn't touch it.
I mean, I get it, because if the ball doesn't touch the quarterback's hands, then it's definitely a fumble. Because you wouldn't say if that ball, if C.J. Stroud didn't get it, there was a mad scramble for the ball, and whoever the fucking random right guard for the Texans ended up with the ball and fell in the end zone, nobody would argue about this being a fumble recovery touchdown. So it's only because a running back actually recovered the fumble that people are like,
it's like nobody knows if it hits the ground or not, like from what I understand. So look up the highlight and you tell me, because if the ball hits the ground, maybe we can have a conversation about that. But if the ball doesn't hit the ground, CJ
Stroud doesn't touch the ball with at least one hand and either hand it or pass it, it's got to be a fumble, right?
No, because Wildcat. No, because let's say. So here's the thing. So you've seen this play before, where the quarterback has been there and somebody has gone in motion, and the quarterback has like ball snap. Quarterback like kind of reaches like he's going to get it, and then the other person actually take it. And
I'm gonna have to watch the tape, because you said between the legs. I'm thinking he just missed the snap. I'm feeling like he missed the snap.
He did miss the snap.
So he didn't fake like he was going for it. He just missed the snap.
No, but like he was going for it. Like you could tell that he just couldn't get it, right? So it's like, isn't that the same thing?
I'm leaning fumble to that, though.
But why not get the 6?
I'll watch it.
Why not get the 6? Anyway, all right. So let's talk about fantasy. Let's talk about some fantasy stuff first.
But hold on, I was looking back. What happened with Roman Dunze and the Bears?
He was ruled out right.
He was ruled healthy at 12:15,
and then out
and ruled out at like 1:05 after the game's already started.
Yeah, so it was pretty wild.
So then, because that was one thing in my work league that I guess the guy texted him like as soon as it happened, and he flipped it out. That was but
I don't understand. He's a great commissioner, because I wouldn't have done that.
No, but you should.
I wouldn't know.
Like if somebody if somebody gets
hurt,
a dude hasn't
played for 3 weeks. See, but the problem with that is because you got the alert from Sleeper, but if you were watching Red Zone or NFL Live, you already knew he got called out right before the kickoff. You would have known that. If you're watching any pregame show, you know that. It's only because these alerts come down
late,
2 to 3 minutes later, and it just happened to be 1:03 instead of 12:57. So I don't know. I would have had to put that to a league vote if you wanted me to switch that out. I would just arbitrarily do that. Yeah, because I wouldn't do that for myself. So
so just put it to a vote, man. Like I mean, I'm totally cool with any of with that situation, because then you have democracy, right? And that's what's supposed to be the thing.
You don't know who scored what at that point. It's literally started.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just.
I mean, I get it.
Because we lost our video.
You're giving somebody a 0 for something. It's kind of like that Bijan Robinson shit last year when he had a migraine. Yeah. And DraftKings gave everybody their money back.
Yep, and Atlanta got fined for that, I think.
I mean, it just depends on. Yeah. If if he made us think about it after the game because he didn't watch it and he found out, I'm like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
And because it was in the first 5 minutes, that's the best I can do is put it to a vote. And if put it to a vote. It is what it is.
Yeah, put it to a vote as
well. But I do think something's up with Sleeper if it showed you. Like, I don't even understand how. Did they usually do stat? Do they usually have to correct things?
No, they just usually do. They always wait until Tuesday
night. They normally do pretty good. If you see a stat correction, it's not normally something I think that would affect you to the point where you'd be like, oh, I needed that 0.89 tips.
Yeah,
but now you
really
do
it's
need
literally
that 0.89 tips.
Yeah,
for sure.
For the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And it's pretty wild.
Well, so I'm gonna win that league anyway, so you're good to go.
Hey, look, that's what I thought too.
I did shitty in every other league.
Look, Lauren, in the league that Ferg not the show league, the other league that Ferg beat me in, I was scheduled to beat him by 45 points. 45 points. So like
this year
it was not even close. It was like 168 to 138
but
or 148.
That's the same league that I can't say I won, but I was 7-7 in that league and made the playoffs. Yeah. And it came down to old boy from Buffalo getting a heart attack during the championship game. And so we decided to split the money because I had Joe Burrow.
Money,
I think I had Burrow, and the game had just started.
And you were down like 17.
I was down 17 with Burrow to go, and when the game just started.
That was like every league was different. So in the fantasy league, I just said tie.
That's so wild.
It's tie.
Yeah, we split the money on that one. So I think it just comes down to common sense and the people in your league.
That was
the good thing is I won the regular season, so I still win money. No trophy, but I do win money. So. And Hoofnagel, which I am playing in this week. Ferg, did you make the playoffs in Hoofnagel?
I did not. My team was terrible.
Okay.
I think my first round pick was
Malik
Neighbors.
I played Neighbors.
Of your worst, Mike, here's a question. Of the team of one of your teams that it did like the poorest, who's on that team?
I didn't have a bad team.
I mean,
I did. I did not.
That was just shitty.
I was only in 6.
Or a team that was good, and you'd be like, this team is good. Why are we?
No. Well, I'm kind of curious if there's like a pattern to who the teams that like sucked. Because like I can tell you one of my
probably I could easily tell you that the pattern to those teams are if Justin Jefferson is your number
Brian
one,
Thomas Jr.
Brian Thomas is your number one,
and then I flipped with O'Marion Hampton,
or you in a super flex league,
Bucky,
your number one
top 5 quarterbacks
was Lamar. You probably, if you didn't draft super great everywhere else, it was probably hard to overcome Lamar being shitty. If you took Jayden Daniels number 1 like I did, in your work league, I took Jayden Daniels 1, and I'm still in the.
You know what? So this is a great conversation to have about Superflex real quick, because we had this conversation. I don't remember when it was. Let's say week 5 or 6. I know you guys are going to remember this because this is the 3rd time we've talked about it on the show. I offered Brock Purdy and Matt Jones together with Amarian Hampton or Ashton Genty for Lamar Jackson. And he said, absolutely not. Lamar's off the table. I'm like, but have you seen what Mac and Brock have been doing? They're scoring 35 to 40 points apiece. Like, I could afford to lose Genty because I had Amarian Hampton too.
That has to be
I don't know who he is. I've only met the dude once, but but this is a perfect example of why you don't have to, you don't have to draft a quarterback first. Like, have to.
No,
I drafted Christian McCaffrey.
I mean, I guess it depends on the scoring, but
never do it again.
Well, I mean, it's a super flex.
It's hard.
This year, I would have
especially in a super flex, it's hard to lay off quarterback first.
But it depends on because here's the thing, like the top 5 quarterbacks, like how many of them were hurt in it's just in the leagues, in the Superflex leagues that I do have where I did reach for the quarterback.
But there's no Marvel universe where if we rewind the clock back now to August 1st, where you're taking Drake May or Stafford over Lamar,
that's true.
Josh Burrow, not even fucking. No, Dak, maybe. I mean, we're talking deep down the list before you took Drake May and Matt Stafford.
I did a tight end first because we're tight end premium. I did my tight end first, and then I did a Jalen Hurts. So then by like round 3, maybe maybe I did Amon-Ra second. I did Jalen Hurts, but so now I'm like reaching for running backs because I went for that quarterback and like in high.
That's my problem in y'all's league. I have 4 of the top 15 running backs, but I can only start 3 of them and I have no wideouts. Like I had to start Isaiah Hudgens at wideout because my whole wideout tree was based on Tyreek being healthy.
Oh boy. Well,
so I have had no wideouts. I made the playoffs with no wide. I made the playoffs with no Tyreek, taking Jaden Daniels first, and not having a third wideout the entire season.
Dak?
Like have Dak, and then I have who do I have? Do I have CMC? I don't know. I just know I have 4 running backs, 4 great running backs.
It's just the argument,
but I can't start them.
It's just the argument that you don't have to. Well, see, so let me tell you what happened in that league. So this dude
4 of them because you got a super flex spot too.
Yeah, but I have to play my other dude.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't because I had to before I traded Kamara for Daniel Jones. I was playing an extra because I started him off with Jared Goff only and Tyler Shuck, and thank God that's working out now.
Well, as I was saying, it's just a point where you don't have to, you know.
Yeah,
you don't have to have a great quarterback.
Or start Mariota. My other QB was fucking Bryce Young, but I own them. My wideouts, I have no fucking wideouts. I ended up with a Rondé Gatson for a little spell, and he was basically my other wideout in position, just hiding out. But then I own down.
You also traded me for Cortland Sutton,
Christian McCaffrey. I gave her Sutton to get somebody. I just have great running backs, and I have no quarterback and no wide receiver. And I'm still on the verge of hopefully making it to the second round.
All right, I'm curious what Sleeper is going to do with that because that's just. Trust me when I tell you that with the guys in the league, they would want you to have won that game.
I have a question for you guys, and since Ferg, since you're not in the fantasy playoffs, for Hoofnagel, I know for Hoofnagel, I have a question. So I have a choice to make, a couple of choices. One of them is going to take a pair of cojones that I'm not sure that I have. First off, RJ Harvey might be hurt. He's questionable. I hope he plays, but if he doesn't play, I can move Jalen because so Lauren, Hoofnagel is a double flex, but not a super flex, but it's a double flex. Yeah. And so right now I have Jalen Warren in one of those flex spots. So I can move Jalen Warren up, take Harvey down, and put in either Kareem Hunt, Aaron Jones, Juwan Jennings, or Alvin Kamara. And Kamara is where I wanted to get the question.
I don't think Kamara's still not playing because
based
on the leagues that I have that have Tuesday waivers, Audric Estime has been the number 1 pickup.
Okay.
I see somebody drop $100 of fab on him.
Ooh. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy.
I mean, if you had Devin Neal and you were starting him in the playoffs, I mean, you may as well run all your fab. You can't take it with you.
Well, they have a really good schedule now too. It's Jets,
but dude,
Titans.
This is Hoofnagel. Do you really think there's any running backs available, bro? Because the answer is no.
What about Evan Hall?
I would run Estime.
No, but is Evan Hall going to be better than Kareem Hunt, Aaron Jones? Or
but I would put him on there just in case.
In that case, just run Aaron Jones and you hope for the best.
So run Aaron Jones.
You go with
But I can move Jalen Warren to the running back position and put in Juwan Jennings. Right?
Who the 49ers have this week?
The 49ers have Indy, who's 28th against the wide receivers. So they're
third. Would you do RJ Harvey or Hampton?
This feels like a CMC.
I would go Hampton because RJ Harvey. If RJ Harvey plays, I go RJ Harvey.
There's one per playoffs. It feels like a CMC
against Jacksonville.
But I have Kareem Hunt. But I have Kareem Hunt, Aaron Jones, and Juwan Jennings that I can plug into any of those spots. But
I don't want Kareem Hunt without Patrick.
I understand
Eliminate that.
So the one I said I didn't have the ball.
He's not that bad.
Do I take out George Pickens and replace him with Juwan Jennings?
Ooh.
I like Juwan Jennings.
Dallas isn't playing for anything, but Pickens is still playing for a contract.
But they're playing against the Chargers. They're playing against the Chargers, though.
Well, CD's going to get the double coverage.
The Chargers, I don't even understand how they are still like your quarterback's busted the fuck
They're
up.
great
Like,
because their defensive tackle number 99, Jamari Caldwell, he's great.
But their quarterback, dude, like I don't even.
Shout out to Jamari.
Is he a Reidsville guy or something?
No, but I know his mother. Shout out to Jamari.
Oh, okay. All right, that's what's up. All right, so we have a couple minutes left because I'm hungry, so I'm going to go eat in a few minutes. But Lauren, how many leagues, how many fantasy playoffs are you in?
I've been dreading this question.
Fern, get your numbers ready.
I know my numbers. Well, I know part of them.
8
leagues
regular, and then I got and I have 2 best ball, but so
regular.
We could do a whole show on lessons learned. I have a ton of them. I only made the playoffs in 2 of 8.
Okay, all right, that's okay. Two is more than some people.
I'm disgusted with it. No,
So I don't know the
numbers.
numbers.
Before, drafting the similar teams, like similar makeup, and when I do and I do it every year, and I say I'm not going to do it, and then when I do, this is what happens. Yep.
You know what, Ferg?
Strategy.
You know what? This sealed it. This sealed it for me. I just looked at who I'm playing. Dave. He's got CeeDee Lamb. I have George Pickens. I'm playing Pickens. I'm not taking him out because of that. I have to play Pickens. Yep. Because one of them's going to get it, and you just got to hope that you're the one. You know what I mean?
Who's your quarterback?
Dak Prescott's my quarterback.
Okay, that already helps you because then whatever CD you're getting too.
Yeah, but let me ask you guys a question. Would you play Jacoby Brissett over Dak Prescott?
Yes.
Who they play this?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. The Cardinals played the Houston Texans.
I'm so upset that I did not play Jacoby against the Texans.
Atlanta's going.
The Texans have me convinced to never play anybody against them.
Dude, no, anybody. Nobody plays anybody
Jacoby
against the Texans.
Brissett is a guaranteed start for me. Unless the option is like Jacoby and Josh Allen. I'm going Jacoby.
But hold on. But Josh Allen against the Texans, them same fucking Texans teams.
I'm just saying.
Like 160
Josh Allen
and
won. Josh Allen,
I know you
Texans
have to, but maybe not.
But listen,
yeah,
I'm going to ride or die with Jacoby in every league I have him in.
Yeah,
who do you think will end up MVP now?
Matt Stafford.
You think so?
That's a guarantee.
Because I feel like Josh and Lamar are out of it now.
No, Lamar been out of it.
Please.
The last person to see, I mean, they saw Stafford looking good on Sunday night or at Sunday afternoon, whenever they played the Lions. That Dave Puka had the other day.
Does it always have to go to a quarterback?
Puka JSN on a Thursday night is real delectable.
But it does.
That's real delectable.
All right,
Puka versus JSN game.
All right, so the Patriots. Let's talk. The Patriots' remaining schedule is they have the Dolphins week 18.
We're gonna win that game.
They
always split every year.
They have the Jets in New York week 17, and this week they have the Ravens. Right, so I think it really and the Rams and the Seahawks.
You think the Ravens are going to beat them?
I think
Ravens are going to come back and win the North and make the playoffs.
They may, but I think that if the Rams lose to the Seahawks and the Patriots beat the Ravens and Drake May has a good game, like dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like he's got a pretty easy schedule the rest of the way. So
I mean, unless Drake was to come out and have like 2 or 3, 4 or 5 touchdown games, I think that old heads in the media want Stafford to win MVP because they feel like Drake May's ascending, so he's got 15 more years to win a damn MVP.
Are they going to get Philip Rivers to come back?
Plus, I think Stafford has Stafford has 2 interceptions. 4
all right, so this is a great lead, and it's about to get loud over here because this train's about to go by. The Rams and Seahawks are Thursday night game. And it's a 44.5 point over under. It's in Seattle, and the Rams are favored by 1.5.
I am not looking forward to that.
I mean that you go like it's. I think this is because it's Thursday night. I think it's like a 13-6 type fucking game, and I hate that.
Which is what sucks.
Thursday is the drunk
uncle. All of us, we all have Jason, we all have Puka. Like
Thursday is the drunk uncle, but but that's not to say like Jamar Chase had a really good game, but Joe Burrow sucked.
But he's like one of a few.
Puka could still have a good game. Would you play Matt
Stafford or Brock Purdy this week?
Brock Purdy.
I would hate to.
You would play.
I would hate to own Puka and JSN.
Like,
because one of them is going to
yeah.
put up a dud.
Ooh.
One of them's putting up a dud on a Thursday night.
So JSN has one dud this year. One.
Yeah, he's due.
Uno. He's
He's
had
due.
uno. So
It's Thursday night.
You start everybody
and just pray. You start them all and pray.
Your only questions here are the Seahawks running backs are Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. But you start one of them if you got one of them and you need it. If you don't need it, don't start them. But if you do start them, take them out of your flex position, put them in your regular position. So you can give yourself that flexibility position. So you can give yourself that flexibility going into Sunday. But like you start JSN. You start Sam Darnold because
Might you start Colby Parkinson at tight end?
Yeah, you can still start Colby Parkinson. No, not if you're desperate. Devontae Adams went down. Devontae went down. So
it's really the only thing you got to keep an eye for is to see what happens with Devontae.
You start Puka, you start Kyron.
Call him out early.
You can even start Blake Corum. And you wouldn't.
You're desperate. You're probably really desperate or a really big league if you're starting Corum though.
Whatever. You know what I mean? The dude said
it's a little early in the week.
You got Corum. Go get Audric Estime.
It's a little early in the week.
But see, what I'm saying, Lauren, is in Hoofnagel, Audric Estime isn't available. There is nobody good that's playing ever on the waiver wires.
I would stash Evan Hall just in case because you don't if something happens to Audric Estime this week, then Evan Hall's got to play next week.
Let's even see.
He's the last one.
Let's see if Evan Hall is even available. Because
I'm not really sure. Evan Hall's gonna go 0 for 0 for 0 for 0.
But I just want to see if he's even available. Evan Hall is available.
This is not a Isaiah Davis in the Jets situation.
He plays the Titans next week.
Do not play Evan Hall.
I'm not saying play him this week. I'm saying if something happens to Audric Estime and next week, I would stash. If I had a spot, I would stash him just in case something happened to Audric Estime.
At what point on a bad team? I'm just asking a question. When you're talking about bad teams, at what point do you stop getting the guy just because he's a starter?
I don't know.
You're talking about if the fifth string guy. We're down to the fifth string guy from New Orleans.
Yeah, but honestly, I would if I had a spot.
Reggie Bush comes out of retirement and starts on week 18. Are you going to play him?
You got to. But this is also defensive fantasy football. If I had enough running backs, but I had a spot, I would take Evan Hall just so nobody else could take him.
But I'm talking about is if you need a guy, let's say, knock on wood, CMC goes down this weekend. You don't have a shot of getting Brian Robinson, and you're talking about getting the guy that just took over in Texas, Jordan, or you're talking about Evan Hall or some shit like that. At what point do you just be like, you know what, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
It's you gotta. That's a Hail Mary. At least you never know.
So this is the thing. So I'm gonna say this, and this we all know this about fantasy. If you are an underdog and you need lightning in a bottle. And you have a player like that could either be 0 or 100, and you need it, go get it. You can't fuck yourself if you're the underdog, right?
Well, how do you decide? Right? I'm just trying to figure out what methods you use to decide. A week ago, when Miami still had a heartbeat, there was nobody playing fucking Jalen Wright. There was barely anybody banging. Ollie Gordon is a Hail Mary. I've lost all my running backs. And then the fucking guy behind him gets a $115. No one had that coming. So now it's the next week, and you see Jalen Wright didn't even get the ball last night in Pittsburgh, but you've used your waiver position to pick him up as your Hail Mary because you didn't trust.
Well, Evan Hall, I know they play the Titans, and I know the Titans are terrible. And I know they have to, with a rookie quarterback, they have to have some type of run game. So, I would at least think, maybe he gets goal line.
I don't know.
I'm almost rather
if I'm desperate,
have a 0 spot so you don't give me a negative. Tua did 2 weeks ago.
I don't know. But it's fantasy playoffs are fun. This is what we all do this for. We love it. And it's the vein of our existence sometimes. But, especially Ferg. Oh, Ferg, you never told us how many playoff leagues you're in. Let's wrap it up with you.
All right. So I'm not trying to count the best balls. I'll just let them do what they do.
Yeah.
It's like 105 of them. I'm just letting them do what they do. But in my redrafts and dynasties, I think I made the playoffs in, I think it was 39. I have 22 teams left, 23 depending on what happens with Lauren's league.
Yeah, I mean, you should get that in Lauren's league.
Going into the second week. I mean, that's about as good as you could ask. A quarter, 20% of your teams made the playoffs and got a shot.
So the main question is, can you win your money back?
I think I'm definitely going to win my money back because just from scouring through my best ball teams, like I was in some best ball leagues where it was 12 team, $25 winner take all.
We did a bunch of those.
And I had a bunch of those, and it's like, I must have really hit on those drafts. Like those teams.
There was a weekend of like
Jonathan Taylor, Matt Stafford on them, Puka. Like those are, and then teams that I probably actually put thought into, like Jaden Daniels and I'm gonna get this sneaky Kamara play. Like those teams all suck. All of those teams suck. So if I can just clear like 20% of my best ball, I'll get my money back. And then any of these dynasty Hoofnagel, big time leagues that we play in, that'll be gravy money that I can spend when I'm in Miami in January.
All right. So any closing thoughts before we take out?
All right, I have a closing thought. I have a thought because it's something we have not done in a while. We stopped giving out Ass of the Week awards.
Ass.
And
write one down.
And
Lauren's favorite segment.
There is no
Lauren grabs her notebook.
Does not have a show and not give the Ass of the Week to Sharon Moore. There's no fucking way that we're not giving this dude Ass of the Week. Never. That's the eternal crash out. When you look up crash out online and you stick up GBT 20 years from now, you'll be like, hey, my mama needs to say this word. What's a crash out? This dude's picture is going to pop up 20 years from now.
Wait, what did he do? I missed that.
All the things. What didn't he do?
You know what they said today in the record that they introduced into record? That during the national championship game, he was actually DMing with an OnlyFans model.
Yeah.
At the same time as the game.
Yeah. Yeah, and like
That's
the girl that ratted him out in Michigan, he went to her house and threatened to kill her. Right?
Nice.
What was she? Is she like a water girl or something? A manager?
Must have had that magic stuff, you know what I'm saying?
She was hit. He started fucking her.
For sure.
And all of a sudden, as a staffer, she was getting $55,000 a quarter. A quarter of the athletic budget.
She had that
more money than some of them dudes in NIL.
She had that Bobby Boucher NIL though.
That Bobby Boucher, that magic water. That drop of that magic water, the coldest water alone. God damn.
Oh, you're wrong. Mama's right.
Ass of the week. We might do an ass of the year on our very last show. You are definitely in contention for ass of the year.
You're wrong. You're wrong, and Mama's right. It is not good for him out in the streets.
Mama say them girls the devil. Mama say them girls
the devil.
Damn, Sharon. Fucked up the church's money. Fucked up the church's money.
He ornery because he got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
God damn. Lauren, give me gums and them lowercase teeth.
I don't have one. I'll just agree with Ferg. What do you got, Lauren?
I don't have one for week 15. I can say, I could pick one quickly and just say Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I get that. And he deserves it. The whole Bengals team does
the Jets.
Deserves it. The whole Bengals team deserves it. And we can just leave it at that. Yeah, they all.
If it wasn't for Sharon, I would have gave my ass a week to Todd Bowles because he crashed out after that game. So he's done. I didn't even want him to be done for like 2-3 years.
After that game.
He just kept making the fucking playoffs, so they couldn't get rid of him. But I think they're finally going to get rid of his black ass this year. Yeah, he's gone.
That dude sounded. Somebody was like, he sounded like a truck backing up on his place, like beep 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 beep.
You know what I would love with Baker?
Sometimes you just got to do
him down there. I would love
Baker. Seems like something's wrong with him though too.
To fire Tomlin and Tomlin to be in Tampa Bay.
Oh,
I would
he
love
would love
that.
Mike Evans. I would love to see Mike Evans.
Love that.
Bucky Irvin
Tom,
with Mike Tomlin.
with Tampa Bay. Yeah, I would
Bucky
love
Irvin and Mike
as long
Evans.
as he had hired the right OC. They got some young dogs down there.
Yeah, not name
Arthur Smith.
Right, not name Arthur Smith. That's his downfall. In every year he's made the playoffs in his NFL career, he may not make it just because of Arthur Smith. Anyway, all right. So before we get out of here, remember, move your players from the Thursday game from your flex to your starting positions if you can.
Now.
Do it now before you fuck around and find out that doesn't work.
Fuck around, find out the hard way.
You don't want to find out this week.
Yeah, you don't want to find out
this week.
week.
I didn't move Jalen Warren and was nervous as fuck up until kickoff because he was stuck in that spot and I couldn't do nothing with him.
I didn't check my lineups last weekend and I had Chris Rodriguez and a bunch of DFS.
So anyway, so as always, fuck your team. We will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll probably go through the end of the fantasy playoffs, which is 2 more weeks, and then we will talk about schedule past that. But good luck, but also fuck your team. Peace out, Slim.
Fuck your team.
Fuck your team. But, also, I hope you win some money in some way.
Good luck to everybody.
So
I'm not playing this.
Until next week, is the champ for Big Ferg, Miss Lauren down in Who Dat Nation. We'll see y'all next week.
Later.
Take care.
Peace.